Computer, Star Wars room on. Welcome to the Spice Runners Lounge. For this episode, I want you to check out the room tour. So once you come in the room, this is a new addition this year. So I got this for my buddy George the Mandalorian. It's one of the sabers he reviewed on the show. I think it's from Art Sabers or End Sabers. It's one of those. So sorry, I don't remember. But it comes in a cool box, and I appreciate George for doing that. So to complement it, I put the Mando helmet on top. You know, I used one of the Galactic Armory mounts for it, so it's pretty cool. It just, you know, gives it some presence. He's just looking at you. So this is an old one right here from Saber Forge. It's just has a demo blade on there. I really don't use it. It's one of like my Elseworlds, what I call it, collections. Here's a bunch of sabers from Galaxy's Edge, and then, you know, I still got a Kylo Ren. Why not? You know, it's a pretty badass looking saber. Added some effects on it, so when you light it up, it looks like it's on fire. So that's Darth Maul from Galaxy's Edge. That's the Yoda one. The Mace Windu. No, that's the Sidious. Mace Windu. Plo Koon and Qui-Gon, all the way up there. All right, so you guys probably seen this thing all the time. I post this a lot because I like it. So this is the Millennium Falcon from Jazz Diorama. It is a huge piece. It's a little over 2 feet probably. As you can see from the details on it, you know, it has some weathering. I know some folks have issues with the weathering. I really don't care. I like it as a display piece. If I wanted some accuracy, I probably wouldn't have bought this. I probably would have hired someone to make something that was like highly accurate to match what you will see on screen. But for people that don't know what Star Wars is and they walk in here, they're like, holy crap, that thing is badass. And you know, it met the purpose. So you can see in here, I got some pilots. I got Han Solo from Hot Toys and Chewie from Hot Toys. I think I had those last year too. And then in the back, you see, let's see if we can get it going. Luke Skywalker and then Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then I just threw R2 in there when I started moving my 6 scale stuff around. So let's see if the camera can pick up some good angles in here. And then let's see, next to him I got a Jawa. So I made this Jawa. Pretty cool, don't mind the mess over there, you know. I got a signature from my buddy Elijah Flex. He got that guy at a convention he went to. So here's this Jawa that I got. I made some dude from the 501st helped me with the design of that, but I actually made it myself. He just told me what to go buy, so that was cool. So this kind of newer thing, you know, with Ahsoka being out this year, I went out and bought the shoes that were like screen matched. Well, screen matched to what she used, but these are the same type of shoes that were on the show. And then I got, I put the Ahsoka blades up. I've had these before. These are from Disney Parks. Got a coin for the Mortis. Just stuff it in there. That Ahsoka was badass. I really love that series. Probably next to Andor is probably the 2 best things they've created so far this time around. If we go up, we got some Marcel Chenet art here. So this is the Ralph McQuarrie. This thing is just a work of art. Check it out, it's badass. Plus I got #1, so thank you Marcel for that. And this is one of the original Marcel prints where I first met him. So this is, only 4 of these are made. This is the 40 by 30 or something like that. That's a huge one. But in person, this frame is like 4 feet tall. And then here we have the Emperor. These guys are like so detailed. It looks it's surreal, you know. So looking forward to it, and if you're not a subscriber of the Wills or whatever it's called, sorry, Jens, he's gonna murder me, but it's Star Wars fan book from Germany. Marcel's going to be featured in that in the December edition, and you'll probably see a picture of someone you recognize in there. So this is Star Wars Luke Skywalker lightsaber from EFX. So this is number 129 out of 1750. You can see the worldwide edition there. This thing's an amazing piece. It's from The Mandalorian Season 2, where we see Luke Skywalker. It's based on a NeoPixel type board, so you can see the inside there. You can see the pins where they took that actual casting of this. This is an amazing piece. I know a lot of people dog it. They're like, why am I going to spend that much money on the replica of a NeoPixel? It's part of history. You know, a lot of those NeoPixels that they make, there's so many makers out there, tons of them, but none of them have, you know, the lineage back to a Star Wars show. Now we have a couple of them. So this is one of them. So appreciate EFX for doing that. So let's move down here. So this is what started off as my Boba Fett tribute, but then started just adding some stuff. I think I got this one this year. I don't remember. But this is the Boba Fett from Sideshow. Damn beautiful piece. You can see the details on the rocks. Just the mixed media on the statue itself. Has really good presence. The head sculpt's okay. I don't have a problem with it. And you can just see some of my random Regal Robot stuff all over the place. I got these magnets all over. I'm gonna do something with them one day, Tom. One day I will. All right, so let's move over to this Mandalorian and Child. I've had this for a while. Got a couple signatures. I don't know if I had these last time, but this is Gina Carano. Got a chance to meet her. Lovely person. You got Moff Gideon. Met him a few times already. Giancarlo Esposito. He's amazing. He's so much fun. That's a Disney Parks Darksaber. From looking at the other one and this one now, you can still tell the difference. The handle's way off. You got Grogu in there chilling with the Mando in this disco pose. Just waiting for some Saturday Night Fever. But it is a badass piece. And behind them, it's a Regal Robot plaque. You know, I've been using a lot of his Regal Robot plaques for some background stuff because they look good. Here's Boba Fett. So this is a version of Return of the Jedi from Sideshow. Good piece. I want to say I had this guy last year already. And this was definitely a pickup from this year. I got this from my buddy Jeff Sage, Star Wars Addict 77. Concept Boba Fett. This thing's amazing. So this is just the one with the single head. It doesn't have the swap out. You know, I know some of them has the deluxe, and that's the one that's sought after more. But I'm happy with this. And then we got a concept from Regal Robot. This is from Ralph McQuarrie, the Star Wars. Yeah, so Lucas hired McQuarrie so he can draw some of the stuff out and he can get some money. Not a lot of good facts out there, but if you follow the YouTube page, the Spice Runners Lounge, you'll see some of the shorts I created based on that. All right, let's move over here. So this is a helmet from Cybercraft. They're out of Russia. I got it, I don't know, last year maybe, or the year before, but I got it at a good deal, so can't beat it. I love Darth Revan, the character and all. I used to have them displayed here, but I swapped them out. I swap stuff out here all the time. So I put the Emperor back up. So the Emperor was the first one I had up in here, and then I swapped it to that. I've had Greedo. I've created several other characters. I even did a solo one time that I never really put on film. But this suit is from Galaxy's Edge. They don't make these anymore. I think it was like a year or two ago they were out on sale, but now they're all out of stock. So if you can find them in the aftermarket, I do recommend it either for cosplay or display. It's perfect. Here we have Vader from Sideshow. This is an amazing piece. I'm always posting pictures of this guy because I really love it. To accompany him, I got a Brian Muir signature. I've had that before. Next, I got Skywalker Saga. Just a temporary placeholder, but I got a bunch of sabers. These are a mixture between Disney and Corban, so there's a bunch of them in there. This is Return of the Jedi stunt saber. So they use so many sabers in these movies that there's stunt sabers, there's hero sabers. So if you're into the saber collecting and all the different versions of it, do your research because you know there's so many variants of the sabers. And when I saw this one come out, I was like, I gotta get it. So I got this from Wana Wampa. So if you look at some of the deleted scenes in The New Hope where Luke is trying to fix a saber, this is the tool that he's actually using. So it was only a couple dollars in Wana Wampa, probably like under $50, but it's a good piece. So that's Vader's saber from Saberforge. All right, so I decided to open it up. So that's the reveal saber from Saberforge. And then I moved the Wana Wampa little tool there. C3PO, this was actually a find this year. I missed out on the original, of course. It's been out for a long time, and I got it from a good deal from someone on eBay who actually watched the channel, so I lucked out. You know, people were paying a lot of money for these things, but got it at a good price, so thank you for the hookup. And this hand, it's from Hollywood Studios. They used to sell it at the Droid Factory. And then here's an Anthony Daniels signature. I want to say I got that last year. I just can't remember. And then down here, let's open some of these boxes up. All right, so this is the Luke Skywalker from Sideshow. It's the premium format, mixed media. Very good details. If you look up close to it, you can see the weathering. I don't know if the lights can pick it up. It's not really that yellow in real life. I think it's just the lighting. But the face portrait on this one is pretty good. Like it a lot. You know, he wasn't a good looking dude, so they captured that correctly. Just kidding. And then here's our princess, Princess Leia. Really love this piece. I've had this one for some time now. Really well done, mixed media as well. And then below Leia, I have X-Wing Luke from XM Studios. This is an amazing piece. The base is humongous, as you can see from looking inside of the Besta, how big it is. But it is a good piece. I think they only made like 900 of these, so it's a very like low edition size compared to some of the other stuff like Sideshow that have thousands in their edition size. And then we got Wedge Antilles signature. I got that from Jazz Diorama. I just threw it in here because I just love the fact that it was a huge plaque, and of course fits in with the theme. And then here we have Han Solo from Sideshow. Face portrait on this is a little cartoony, but I think when people see it, they know who it is. I don't have any issues with it. I've heard people complain about it, but you can't make every Star Wars fan happy. It's hard to please people, but I'm happy with it. You know, I'm a fanboy. I think I like most of the stuff. It has to be really jacked up for me not to like it. From the top, you see RS Prop Masters, the Scout Trooper. I got a custom blaster. So it's supposedly it's made from similar molds that made the original. I got a RS Prop Master TIE Fighter helmet. I have a Stormtrooper helmet from EFX. That's one of the anniversary editions. I think that's the 40th. That's an RS Prop Masters Sand Trooper helmet, signed by Chris Bunn. Here we have a Stormtrooper helmet. It's EFX. So it's a stunt helmet. So a lot of folks are like, what's the difference between the stunt helmet and the hero helmet? Hero helmets have the black lenses, the stunt helmet have the green lenses. And then moving over here, got some more stuff since we're still at this altitude here. Let me move back so we can get a good picture of this. All right, so helmets. So I've been working on this display right here. So the helmets I did get this year. I got both of those from the new Novo. Behind them, I'm going to buy a pedestal, and when I get my D&D concept Vader, it's going to go back there. Got 2 of the Royal Guards. I had one already, and I bought another one this year, at the beginning of the year. The Vader, you know, Lord of Sith, I've had that guy forever, ever since it was on the original pre-order. I think that came out, I don't know, 2015 or 16. I've had that for a while. And then, if you guys follow me, last year my buddy Kaduku the Collector, James, got me this for Christmas. This thing is badass. It's one of the original Mythos. I love this Mythos Vader. It's got to be in the top. And over here, I got a Sage Ventress. Amazing piece. If it's still available, I highly recommend it. And then below her, I got the Emperor, Mr. Palpatine. Actually got to meet Ian McDermott this year and here in Orlando. Got a funny picture with him. Everybody calls the prom picture because he saw my tattoo and he really liked it. He's like, oh, he's like, let's put this on the camera. So back there's the staff for the Royal Guards. Got it from Jeff Langlois on the Facebook group. Got a signature of Ian McDermott. And then let's move over here. So we got some Darth Maul action. So this is a life-size bust as well from Sideshow. This guy has amazing details. Like the teeth are so gritty. The eyes are just crazy. One of my favorite pieces. Sabers are from Disney. You know, nothing fancy special, but they look good. All right, so down here we have a Mythos Obi-Wan. I need to move this guy because he doesn't fit in this theme of all the villains. Just put him here temporarily. So I got some other stuff coming in, so we'll just swap things out as it comes in. So here's a weathered Kenobi saber from Corbin. This thing is a beautiful work of art. If you watch my video, I did have some issues with it, but I fixed it myself. Corbin always leaves out some of the important pieces that are supposed to be part of the saber in case you need them. I don't know why they take them out, but saber overall is good. Really love this character. Freaking awesome. Probably the only prequel statue I have on the Jedi side. And then here we have Darth Maul. So this is an older piece. I've had this guy for a minute now. And then down here I have a Sam Witwer autograph, and back there I got a little Gentle Giant 1/7 scale from my buddy Mojo. So trying to just save on some space there and just put as much as I can from Darth Maul. I do have a Darth Maul Mythos, but I have it in my office, so we'll see if I can capture that later. So you can see the stuff on my desk. You can, when you watch this video, you can figure out what week I filmed this, because we're doing some giveaways on the Friday of the filming of this show. So let's give some love to the table here. This is from Regal Robot. I think they discontinued the table, but I got it probably 2 years ago. Fantastic table. The chairs as well. I got these after Celebration 2021, I want to say, or 22. I don't know. Whenever we went to Anaheim, because they were on stage. I loved them. I reached out to Tom, asked him if he was going to make them. He said he was, and I got one of the first batches, so happy to get those. I also have this chair right here, Emperor chair from Regal Robot. This thing's amazing. I got the executive one so I can move it around, because I'm always moving stuff in this room. You know, this room turns into a movie theater room too, so I just make space one where you sit here and hang out and watch movies. So let's go over here. All right, so here, everything I had here is gone. So I have a bunch of vintage stuff in the garage. So in the meanwhile, I brought in that vintage AT-AT, so it doesn't look too bare. Got the Spice Runners Lounge light. Well, it was a light in there, but the light broke, so it's just the sign now. I gotta do something with it. But if you saw my video from last year, I had a Jabba scene going on here from 1/6 scale. I've gotten rid of a lot of my 1/6 scale. I've only kept a couple key pieces that I really like. So you'll see some changes there. Let's look above here. All right, so new pieces up here from Imperial Essentials. That's the Season 4 Sabine from Star Wars Rebels. Paired it up with the Topps card. So that's the voice actress. What I'm going to do is I am going to put some frames in the back with the actual autographs from the newer characters, the ones on TV. So I got Bo-Katan. I've had that one for a while. Katie Sackhoff, I met her a few times already and got a couple signatures from her through the years. I think that the first time I met her was at Celebration. Wasn't a good experience, but I met her again at MegaCon. She was awesome, really, really down to earth, awesome person. And then the Armorer as well, Emily Swallow. She's really cool peeps, very entertaining. The helmet is from Empire Essentials as well. Matt does a really good job with these things. Way up there, since I'm way down here, I'm 6'1", and that's like way up there. It's like almost 15 feet in the air. So all the way up there. So that was gifted to me when my buddy Bruce passed away. That was one of his favorite helmets. I got a chance to keep it. So that thing's never even sold, even though it's a Hasbro Black Series. It's one of my prized possessions here because it's, you know, it's something he owned, and you can't share Star Wars with him anymore, but he's here in spirit always. So next to that one is the Clone Trooper helmet, Phase 2 from Cybercraft. And then I got an Anakin hot toy. You know, I broke my rule saying I'm not going to buy any more hot toys. But when I watched Ahsoka, I ordered every version of Anakin that existed. And then 332 helmet from Cybercraft as well. Then we go over here, we see the Darren Tan, Ahsoka, you know, World Between Worlds. He has a different name for it, but that's what it is, a World Between Worlds. Fantastic, fantastic piece. And then back there, I got from Regal Robot. You've probably seen it on the other side of the room. You're like, what's going on? Everything's changed. And then we got Boba Fett from Sideshow. This is a life-size bust. This thing is amazing. Can't say nothing bad about this piece. So the only thing that did suck about it is that the helmet was a little bit lower. I stuffed it with some foam so you can actually see his neck, and try to give it the proportion to make it look like it's realistic. So you guys probably noticed this. One thing that I did move, I moved my hot and carbonite to the other side of the room because when I moved it from the right wall to the back wall, I lost a lot of space. Lost a lot of space coming this way, so my chairs were too close to the front. And then this gift is badass. So this is for my buddies in the Spicer's Lounge. It was a Veterans Day gift, and then, you know, it's signed by Matt. This thing's amazing. It's probably one of the best things anybody has ever done to me, and I had 5 guys to thank, so thank you. You know, plaque was made by Ariel, donated by Ariel Customs, AM Customs plaques. So check him out on eBay, Etsy. He's all over the place, and he goes by AM Customs, and his name is Ariel Martinez. So if you need his information, let me know and I'll send you his direction. He always has good deals on signatures. So thank you guys, really appreciate that, love that a lot. And then down here is some of the customs and some of the stuff that Joel made. So this is from Joel Hazy, the Max Rebo, made me into a Wolfman for my Christmas gift last year. And then, of course, we got the singing voice of the Jabba's barge. And then got some Hasbro figures. I got these at MegaCon, so that's pretty cool. They all look good. I'm actually moving this to my office because all of this whole setup right here is gonna get changed up. I'm buying pedestal source pedestals, so I can clean the backside of the room up a little bit more. And then you can see one of my lights fell. I just noticed that. Oh well. So Roman Props thermal detonator here. This thing is amazing. If you haven't seen these before or even lifted one up, these things are heavy and they make a lot of noise. Great piece, highly recommend. And they do have lineage to the Mandalorian now. So if you pick one up, You know, it's the same prop maker that made them for the TV show. All right, so this, people ask me, is this from Artist Prop Masters? No, they haven't released theirs. This is from PSD Armory. So this is the Bauschleya helmet that Paul makes over there on PSD Armory. He's UK based. He does a great job with these things, and you know, he'll work with you on the details on what you want. We got a chance to work on them with this one. It was a great collaboration. Communication was amazing. He messaged me every day, which is like one of the best things a maker can do. So I highly recommend PSD Armory if you can. And if you tell him that you came from Spice Runners Lounge, he will give you a discount. All right, this guy right here. This was like a long waiting period for this. So this is a skiff guard helmet from Clothiers. As you can see, it is a beautiful piece. I do love the helmet. The helmet is amazing. A lot of details. It was definitely worth the wait. You know, I'm never really in a rush for some of this stuff, but when there's no communication, that's when you start like getting worried, right? You're like, are they gonna like take my money and never send me anything, or they just bad at communication? In this scenario, they were just bad with communication. You got to reach out to them, and hopefully they respond back. So you can see the base. It looks like the skiff. So in the pictures, this had more of a patina finished. They didn't go that direction because they changed artists. So what they did is they just put some little sandblasting on there, which is pretty cool. It still looks good. I was just hoping for the other finish. Paired it up with a Hyperdrive exclusive, Billy D. Williams. Thank you, Hyperdrive. Awesome Facebook group. If you're not part of it, let me know. I'll send you an invite. And then let's go to the bottom. All right, so this is an Ewok. Thanks to my buddy David Boudreau. He gave me the tip on where to get this guy. I don't remember where it's at, but I got it on Etsy. If you reach out to me, I'll let you know who the vendor is. You just have to message them to make you one, because they don't really make the Ewok heads. They make the other Ewoks. But it's an amazing piece. You know, I didn't do the cool weathering and you know, redo the cloth like David did, but I love it a lot. You know, Return of the Jedi is one of the movies I remember the most as a kid, so it means a lot to me. And then, you know, little 1/6 scale Wicket. You can tell the color difference is a little different, but one is based on, you know, what an artist thinks it looks like, and the other one is based on what they think it looked like on film. So it's a matter of perspective, a lot of these things. You know, color can be a big changer based on not having the right references to go by. And then down here, my buddy Joel Hazy made these. So I just traded some helmets for him. There's no, you know, this was no cash involved. So he does make these for commission. These are a good, you know, collector's piece. I have heard folks say that they don't look like Ewoks. That doesn't look like an Ewok to you? That doesn't look like an Ewok to you? Man, a lot of critical people out there, but I like them, and that's all that matters, because they're in my collection, and then they're made by my buddy Joe Hazy. All right, so let's go back to the side of the room. So there's a guy named Kevin on Instagram. I can post his information. I forgot the name of his shop, but he makes these awesome banners right here. These banners are amazing, and he surprised me with that Spice Runners Lounge banner. Kevin does a great job, and like I said, I'll post it in the description. That way you guys can like click on his stuff and check him out. So thank you, Kevin, again for the banners. They're amazing pieces. And then here, this is definitely a new pickup. This is a ATST from MYC. This is the big bottle. This sucker is huge. The base alone weighs like 50 pounds. I really love this piece. You know, I jumped on it the moment I saw it. You know, I'm a fan of anything Imperial, and especially this ATST. I was like, oh, I gotta get it. And then MYC. This is the Imperial Probe Droid. I want to say I got this in the beginning of the year, so I was lucky to get like number 3. So thank you, MYC, for that. And then this is a snow trooper I got from seller Sideshow. So I got it on via private sale on one of the Facebook groups. Very cool piece. Very, very, very well done Sideshow. I like it. And then of course I got a premium format Stormtrooper back here. This guy's amazing. I've had this one for a while. And then I got some art for MegaCon. It's just there temporarily. And then earlier I mentioned the other artist, Prop Master Helmet. It's way up there. I got another one coming from that side, but things are always moving around here. So right now I got Greedo over there. He's taking a break from Halloween, and he's back on the shelf. And then Disney Parks, they came out with this Vader helmet. So what I did is I just drilled some holes in the back and mounted it on the wall, and then threw some lights on it so I can like get some reflection. So yeah, that's the Vader. And then got this awesome clapperboard from one of our buddies in the Facebook group, Simon Farrell. He's UK based and another great collaborator. He communicates a lot. You know, he'll tell you the day he buys the frame, when he starts working on it, and then when he's shipping it out. It's fantastic. So the reason I got this shot right here, you know, it's like, was it scene 311 take 3? Because of this guy. So this is the first time we see Yoda. And I've had this piece for a little while now. I've had a long story with this guy, but he's made by Philip Thomas Robinson. Awesome creator. Worked with Philip, you know, to do some things with this piece. But it is a beautiful piece. I love it. Of course, I have it on a pedestal, and that's what I'm transitioning to. A lot of these things are going to pedestals in the back side of the room. Just looks cleaner, more organized. So just, you know, giving you guys some better looks at them. This guy is amazing. So if you want one, reach out to Philip Thomas Robinson. Lead time for these could be 6 to 8 months, depending on his schedule, because he also works for Doctor Who. He does you know, stuff there, and he's also works some figures and some other things. So he's a busy dude. Just be patient with him. And then here, just got some random stuff. All right, so keeping on the Regal Robot, a lot of cool stuff from Regal Robot here. All right, so I got the 9 nub, that's signed by David Carson. Got the Rees, signed by Chris Wallace. And yeah, you can see my cables. Gotta do better cable management. And then SMX Rebo custom plaque, because I missed out on the original plaque run. For my buddy Elijah Flex, I got one from Simon Williamson, so thank you, Elijah. And then here is like my Phil Tippett love wall right here, or love section. So this Tauntaun right here, maquette, when I went to Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, talking to Tom Spina, and saw this, and I was like, is that for sale? He's like, yeah, they're coming out. And the moment they came out on sale, I got me one, so I am so happy I got one. It was one of the better sellers when it came out, but it did stall out for a while. But I was lucky to get a signature edition. I got 164 out of 250. So it was highly anticipated that the signature series was going to sell out quick. And then we got the Tauntaun bus. So these are all by Phil Tippett. Some of these have like multiple portraits on them, just for, you know, for shooting test. So these are pretty cool. And back there, got a sign from Blue Harvest. Also a con exclusive from Regal Robot. From time to time, if you're on their website, you can see what pops up, and they did have some warehouse finds on that. All right, so here I got something classified that I can't show yet because it hasn't been released. And then Gamorrean Guard from Mandalorian. Here I got a concept Jabba the Hutt. Those things are amazing. A lot of people were giving me crap for it. But it's funny, the same people who were giving me crap for it a few years ago are the ones that are saying, damn, they wish they could have got it. So I think that's hilarious. So guys, if you see these things, just buy them. That's my recommendation. They're amazing pieces. They're historical and they come straight from the archives. And then next we got a Droopy McCool signed by Gene Lauren. So that's my Regal Robots section. So let's see, let's go over here. So you guys probably see this guy a lot too, right? So this is from Ruby's. I got this a couple years ago. It's the Hanan Carbonite. It's life size. This thing is amazing. This thing has a lot of presence when it comes to come inside of a room. So take a look at it. The details. You see how it pops out. So you can do your reference on it if you want it or not. It is a good alternative to the Sideshow one. If the Sideshow is still selling theirs, I'm not sure. One of these is the power. It lights up. So you get the the vitals and stuff on there. So that's pretty cool. So that's the only one that lights up. But I've seen people modify these and put the Volvo valves on there and upgrade the tech. All right, so let's move up here. So up there we got the Regal Robot Gaffy Stick, amazing piece. That thing sold out right away. I paired it up with Alan Fernandez plaque from Ariel over at AM Customs. So it was just weird coincidence. I had bought an Alan Fernandez plaque because I was working on this display and he passed away. So that was just weird. So I'm lucky to get an Alex Fernandez signature. Condolences to the family that lost him. I think he was the last one of the Raider traders that were alive. So rest in peace, Alan Fernandez. Thank you for what you did for the Star Wars community. And above that, I got some Tusken Raider helmets. These are customs. Got them from my buddy Rex at Millennium Workshop. He does amazing work, guys. Amazing. So my recommendation is go follow him, see what he does. He's always doing stuff. If you give him ideas, he'll make it for you. Very good dude, good prices. And I got a blank spot up there for something that's coming. My buddy Joe Hazi's working on a Gamoran Guard life-size head, so it's going to be mounted on the wall. So this is like going to be my trophy section right here. I originally wanted to do this in the back side of the room over here, but it was just too much issues and fire code stuff that I couldn't do because I got to escape out there according to my security folks. So there it is, Tell me what you see here that you liked. Some of the things I'm anticipating for next year is filling this back up. I got an MYC AT-AT coming in. I have an MYC landing shuttle coming in, so it's the Imperial shuttle in landing mode. And then in this side right here, I'm gonna have a pedestal source for the Slave 1 that's coming in too. So I got that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I have this stuff outside. So from the new Novo Jango Fett helmet. It's a print from Sideshow. I've had that for last year. EFX, I've had that. Amazing helmet. Mythosaur skull, just badass. Some of the master replicas. So this is the Kenobi saber. Count Dooku. Some of the Vader sabers from New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. I think the Empire Strikes Back is definitely my favorite saber from Vader. And I actually got that one in a prop store for a really good price, so that's awesome. Here's a Leia Blaster. This is a beautiful piece. It's also an artist proof. I've been lucky with all these artist proofs through the years. Got a lot of good connections out there that reach out to me if I want to get this stuff, so thank you for considering me. Stormtrooper Blaster. So this is a number 281 out of 3500. I've had this one for some time now. And then some Han Solo action. And then some, look at this custom tauntaun. So I gotta go way back here so you can see it. All right, so that's a custom by my buddy Joel. Howsey Customs, amazing piece. Trying to get some good angles of it so you can see it. And then above him is a Wampa head. That thing is amazing. During the edits, I realized I said I was gonna go to the office and check out my stuff there. So here's my office area here. You see my little workspace. But got a Vader print. Got this dope Norman Rockwell from Sideshow. One of my friends gave me that. Some military stuff. Some of my Star Wars stuff here too. So when I'm on Zoom calls, this is what you see. I'm working on Imperial Officer. I just haven't put all the stuff together, but I do have all the stuff for it. A Reveal Vader helmet from Hasbro on a custom stand. Bunch of code cylinders. I got the Grand Admiral rank from Danilo Novo. Got some patches, a belt from Benjamin Bowman. Got a signed Thrawn Ascendancy from Timothy Zahn. This is an old lamp from Sideshow. It's Saber, actually. Let's see, over here we got some Joe Hosey. So when I'm working, I get to like stare at the Joe Hosey custom stuff. And then a Jazz diorama, a 1/6 scale Detolf diorama right there. Then some Hot Toys and Gentle Giant in here. And then some Hot Toys. On this side of the office, I have a Star Wars poster, mall with some awards. And then when I'm sitting down, of course, I'm sitting down on something from Regal Robot. So I also have a bunch of other pieces coming in. I have the DMD Paz Vizsla that I'm working on with Dan. That's coming in soon, so that's going to be great. So we're going to be putting that on pre-order here shortly. Also have Cloud City from NYC, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you who supported us on the Spice Runners and NYC for selling out that Cloud City, our first ever exclusive. That's amazing, sold out. So thank you again. And then I have an NYC Dorito that's coming in. It's on a ship somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic, so that's probably going to get here by Valentine's Day. So it'll be my video updates for next year. So thank you for checking this out, for being here today, and let me know what you like. You know, leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget, join us every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, Spice Runners Lounge. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.